Your backbone right now. I got no idea what I'm looking at. Hold on, we got a poor connection. I'm gonna chill out. Uncle Andy, I see you. We got Uncle Andy in the building. We got Winter in the building. Let's let the music play for a little bit because they talking about we got a poor connection. Little Foots is in the building. They talking about we got a weak connection, and I wanna discuss some things because I just don't know how to feel about Patrick Bet-David, man. I don't know. I hate to be one of those people. They said Patrick Bet-David was a con artist and all this other stuff. What's that company he has? Valuetainment or something like that? I don't know nothing about him being a con artist. I don't know nothing about him being a scammer. He talks slick. So I'm not saying it's not true. But what I'm seeing right now from you, it really do disgust me, Patrick Bet-David. Is that your bloodline from Persia, sucker? Damn! Damn! Yo. You gotta understand. Black American, his plight was broken all up, right? To the point where it's not that easy to reconnect with Mother Africa because there's all type of confusion. The waters have been muddy. They say, nah, some people say, nah, there's no problem. I got African friends. We real tight. They say, nah. They love you, my brother. Come back. But we don't know. The muddies have been watered. But for you, Patrick Bet-David, it's different, right? I know you went to school in California or something like that. I could look it up, but I think I've been following your channel long enough to know that you went to school in California, high school, and then you went on and did your thing, and that's what America's about. And I can't. you can't do anything but commend that type of coming up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how. Listen, I don't hate the player. I love the game. However we play the game is how we play the game. Some people hate the player in the game. Some people hate the player in the game. You understand? Yo, Donald Trump's father gave him $10 million to start off. Okay. He still turned that into billions. What do you want from me? Right? You could have went to Carver Federal Loan, started off with a few thousand and turned that into millions. He could have took that $10 million and squandered that joint. How about those apples? He could have took it and squandered it. He didn't. So don't hate the player in the game, bro. Hate the player or the game. Either one. Don't hate the player in the game. That's crazy work. So I commend Patrick Bet David for however you came up. I don't know if you hustled these people out of life insurance money. That's none of my concern. You understand? If they felt like they needed life insurance and they paid for it, you built a little Ponzi scheme. I don't care. Get it how you live. Get it how you live. I am not here on trying to get the DA to take you down for insurance fraud. I don't care about none of that. I believe in the American way, and my vision of the American way is a little bit more realistic than whatever they're selling in a school book. Because I've just come to the realization that none of these people have gotten it that way. The Bushes haven't gotten it that way. The Kennedys didn't get it that way. You understand? They don't believe in the same fluff. Only we believe delusional stuff. You understand? We the ones out here celebrating Easter and eggs and all of this shit. And rabbits don't lay eggs, dodo birds. But that ain't, we believe in fairy tales is my point. Right? That's not what we talk about. I want to stay on Patrick Bet David right now, being of Iranian blood and basically taking the side of Israel. Oh, it's disgusting. It is freaking disgusting. Hit the freaking like button too. Don't get me pissed off. Hit the like button as you come in. It is disgusting. It is disgusting that you would get on your channel, Patrick, and spread propaganda for some people that's killing. Somebody over there got to be related to you, bro. Unless you really honestly flew everybody that is related to you and that you know from Iran over here to California, which I doubt. Which I doubt. I'm getting some texts. Hold on. I want to show you a video of Patrick Bet David spreading propaganda and lies. Well, I don't know if it's propaganda or lies. Let's get to that. Let me not get ahead of myself. Get all crazy. I want to show you something, though. Okay, this is Patrick Bet David's show. I was watching him earlier, and I was watching you to kind of see like how your response was going to be. PBD. Boys to Men, ABC, PBD. I wanted to see how your response was going to be. Let's see here. This thing is all messed up now. Image. All right. That's you. That's you. And again, Patrick, I'm not hating the player in the game. I'm just hating the player at this point.
Think about the basic freedoms you have right now that's watching this show. You have an opinion. You want to say certain things. You want to be free. You want to go out. You want to enjoy yourself. You don't have those luxuries in Iran. Watch.
I don't have those luxuries here, bro. What are you talking about? And they're slowly eroding away. You understand? It's just that they're doing it tactfully. But I cannot say whatever I want right now. Truth be told. You understand? Hold on one second. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get the... 1 second. Let me get... Pop this out over here. Put this over here. Alright, cool. I just popped out for a little bit to do a little show. Appreciate everybody supporting the show, hitting the like button as you come in, hitting the subscribe button. Thank you, Frankie Blanco, for... I gotta find out what are those things he keeps sending me. I don't know what they are. They could be money for all I know. I don't even know what they are. Shout out to the Mandingo man. He just came into the building. And I want to talk about this situation with Iran. There's a lot going on. My thoughts were, where are their allies? What's the use of having an ally if nobody is going to come to your aid? Right? So I think you guys tell me, is the era of having allies over? Right? You know what? I think it's all cute to these people when they get when they're doing this. They're selling these bad boys. They're selling these, right? And by the way, these are just like dollars. You understand? They was gonna go to these next. This is the new fiat US dollars. And then they took a vote to see if we was gonna do digital dollars or if we was gonna start selling these bad boys. You understand? I got a basement full of these bad boys ready to go. So I didn't know. We got to see which direction they go in. I'm hoping they go with these. I'm hoping they go with these bad boys here. And it looks like some countries have already gone with these. It looks like some countries have already gone with these bad boys. Iran, they might have been going. I think Iran was going with these the whole time. You understand? And China was like, yo, let me look at them joints. Oh, these joints look official tissue. Yeah, I got them over Society. Saladin got this. Saladin? Podcast Solid? Yeah. Oh, that's my man. He got these joints for the Lolo. For the Lolo. Shit. These joints look authentic, Playboy. Word to mother. Gotta get in on this. When it comes down to it, nobody's doing shit. Nobody has helped Iran yet. Yo. China put out a statement. China put out a statement that what was the word they used? Their statement might as well have been, listen, I highly disapprove of your behavior. It might as well have said that, because that's what it said, paraphrasing. They basically say, yo, listen, I think what you're doing is naughty. And Iran is like, yo, what happened to the pack we had? I put you on to the joints. I told you to go to Saladin. Nobody's coming to Iran's aid, bro. Now, I'm more shocked. And I kind of knew it was going to go down just the way it went down. Let's be honest. I knew. No, I didn't. I really thought, I don't know. I know China has the ability. But I swear to you, China's not busting a grape in a fruit fight. For nobody else. But for them, I don't know. And Russia, I don't know. I said I had a basement full of these. Russia has a whole aircraft carrier full of these storage units. That's all they got them. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Where you think I got my shits from? You understand? Where you really think I got mine from? Russia. Black market. Yep. You get them for the low. They talk. You know, it's one thing to ride around your country in the cold with your nipples hard, on naked on horseback. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what mood you was going for, right? You walking around with the dad bod, no shirt on, horseback. That's cool. But when they go to war, when your allies go to war, are you popping out? That's all we want to know. I don't need to know if you could ride a horse and all this other stuff. Yo, Putin, is you popping out or not? And I think Iran got its answer. Sadly. There has been some propaganda about Khomeini Ayatollah being dead. We don't know if that's true. So we'll talk about that. I didn't even want to watch. I'm going to keep it real. I seen Khomeini Ayatollah talking and I just turned the channel. You know why I turned the channel? Because one, I don't know if that's old news or new news. Like, you're not going to wrap me up in your propaganda, right? You're not going to I don't want to hear propaganda from no country, not even my own. So, whatever I was watching, the Ayatollah was sitting on stage and he was talking. Then they had some dude doing an American voiceover or a translation. He was doing the translation. And allegedly he was saying, yo, I'm hearing that people in the streets of America are saying chants against this guy. Talking about Trump. And I said, man, I don't got time for mind games from either side. Like, I get frustrated when somebody thinks I'm a chump. I'll take offense on both sides just for you thinking I'm a chump. So check this out. Before I get offended, Ayatollah, at you, let me just turn you off right now. Because my aim is not to be offended at you for something that I think you're trying to play mind tricks on me. I want to really see what's going on. Because America said that you was dangerous, right? Then they claimed that you had weapons of mass destruction. You said, yo, I'll give you whatever we got. You could take it. It's not that serious. And our missile ballistics couldn't reach you anyway. So I don't even know why you're doing all this. But, yo, check this out. Let's go one further. You could take everything I got. We don't really need that. United States said, I don't know, man. I'm going to keep it real with you. It was never about the missiles. It was about your mustache. I really don't like your mustache. That's what this whole shit is about. America keep on changing it every time. So which tells me, okay, all right, America, I don't know if you have a real beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I don't like being played out. I don't like propaganda. So you telling me all of this shit, and I learned from the first time when you did this with 9/11. I said, all right, after that, I can't keep falling for your bullshit. Like, we're not gonna act like Fahrenheit 9/11 didn't come out. Fahrenheit 9/11 came out. I don't know how y'all let Michael Moore do that movie, but it came out and all of us seen it, right? So we know that you said that the Bin Laden son did this, and Bin Laden did this, rather. And then you shut down the country and you only let the Bin Ladens fly out of here. That was wild and crazy. That was wild and crazy that you did that. So there's so many crazy things that's going on with that whole 9/11 story, let alone the third building that building 7 that just fell out of nowhere. And, all these years later, I think most of us have put it together and seen that we was played. We have so much information. Most of us have seen that we was played. Even the people that are so patriotic that they just stay silent on the topic because they know they don't want to seem like a fool at this point. So, matter of fact, anybody talking die hard that America had nothing to do with it sounds foolish at this point. After that, we was more skeptical because it really opened up our eyes that you not only knew how to lie to us, because we knew that. I mean, especially black people, we knew you knew how to lie to us from the Tuskegee experiment and all other type of stuff. So we was already hip to your ridiculous antics. You understand? But it was more of the middle class, the white people. That we needed to wake them up and say, yo, these motherfuckers is playing you too, Jack. And you said, nah, I'm good. I got a job and I just pay my taxes, go to church, and everything's fine with me. And we said, all right, cool. We'll see. Right? Then they started fucking with the white people's health. Right? So we came back. We said, yo, Tommy, how's things going? Things are going... Things are going well, Jamel. Thank you for asking. What's going on? You need a drink of water, Tommy? No. Never mind, bro. It's a rhetorical question. They're poisoning your fucking food, Tommy. I try to tell you these suckers, you can't trust them. You told me no, you was good. You told me you was good. You might have a point, Jamel. My lawyer just called me and told me that we're going to get involved in this Roundup lawsuit. Tommy, forget about that shit. You know how many people's involved in that? Tell you what you're going to get right now. $28.32. They just sent me the check. That's it. It's over. You're getting $28.32, Tommy. You can have my shit if it's going to help you, right? I'm not even here for that. I'm here if you could talk to your people about us really getting a resistance together. Enough of this black and white bullshit. We gotta really... can you see now they trying to play us? They told us America first. These motherfuckers gave Israel everything. Everything. How's that America first? You know why it's dangerous? Because, and I always say this, you're always going to get that one person to sell out your people. And I think that Patrick Bet-David is the fucking sellout for the Iranian people, bro. I swear to God, I thought I was going to turn on Patrick Bet-David and he was going to be giving it. And not giving it to the point where you lose all your sponsors. Let's not get crazy. But there has to be some type of moral backbone in your whole body, bro. Look at this silly shit, Patrick Bet-David. And I was rocking. No matter what anybody said, I was still kind of rocking with you. But this is a low. This is a new low, Patrick Bet-David.
People, hey, media, hey, can you come on? Also, a lot of different friends, family from around the world that are messaging. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? This is what I can tell you.
The
video that...
Stop. He's already, right? He said people been reaching out to him, asking him what's his thought, his opinion. And he don't never address it. He addressed some bullshit that I'm about to show you. I'm tight at you, bro. If I've never seen a sellout in my life.
Protester, so he's a very, very vicious guy. He's like an Alexandre de Moraes, except worse, of Brazil in Iran. And then they've obviously, targeting Ali Khamenei. Of course, we'll be looking at things as we're going through this. But let me give you an idea from me. I'm getting messaged by a lot of people. Hey, media, hey, can you come on? Also, a lot of different friends, family from around the world that are messaging. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? This is what I can tell you.
What can you tell me?
The video that resonates with me the most was seeing videos of Iranians dancing in Iran. And I don't know if you've seen this, so think about it.
How do you sleep? He's probably like this, Jamel. He's like Jamel, hold up. You asked me how do I sleep? Like this, huh? On a 6K Egyptian cotton thread pillow top fucking mattress. That's how I sleep, bitch. That's not what I meant, but that do sound comfortable. You understand? That is not what I meant, but that shit sound comfortable though.
Anybody that says anything, it's opinions. But people that are in there in Iran, it's a different story. They hate this regime. 80+% of Iranians hate this regime. They want it to be gone. They want to be free. They want to enjoy themselves just like you that's watching this. Think about the basic freedoms you have right now that's watching this show. You have an opinion. You want to say certain things. You want to be free. You want to go out.
This is the same bullshit they said about Muammar Gaddafi. Right? They said this about Muammar Gaddafi. Yo, the people hate Muammar Gaddafi. How the fuck you would hate Muammar Gaddafi if he paying your rent and giving you a monthly stipend? That didn't happen nowhere else in the world. As a citizen, you don't pay rent, and he's giving you a monthly stipend of the resources that they allocate every month. And then you get on here and you tell me that his people hate him? Let's keep listening to this traitor. Traitor! And I'm not even Iranian, bro. But I really expected you to say, yo, Patrick back there, even if you only said, yo, just pray with my homeland right now. Things are complicated because, you know, I'm American Iranian and I got family over there. Even if you said that. Nah, you went in another direction with this shit. You went all Ron Jeremy balls in the face for Israel with it. X-rated. Gobbled it up. I can't even.
Enjoy yourself. You don't have those luxuries in Iran. Watch this clip of people in Iran celebrating dancing. And by the way, these videos are coming from.
Now, when he said this, peep what he said, right? He said, watch this clip of people in Iran dancing. So when he said it, swear to God, I was like, oh shit, you about to put me on. You about to put me on. I swear to God, I thought it was going to be Iranian flags burning by Iranians. People dancing around. Death to Ayatollah. Death to Ayatollah. Yo, that's what I thought. Watch.
All over the place in Iran. Go ahead, Rob.
One retarded lady in the street.
They're dancing, they're celebrating.
I don't even know if this is Iran, bro. Right? Far as I know, that's downtown Miami. Shit is getting crazy down there. I gotta book a flight. Far as I know. Huh? Far as I know, that's Collins, nigga. That's Collins. 13th and Collins. Fuck you mean? I don't know where this is at. It's one retarded lady in the street who clearly loses her mind every day, but and the authorities have to come through. Oh, she's doing it again.
So you can pause it right there, Rob. That's a form of art. They want to be free.
Damn! You are a sucker, Patrick Bet David. You are the worst. Let me tell you something, America. That's not what the fuck is going on. Let me tell you that. And I'm not over there. I'm not over there. But let me show you something else that is going on. Look what he's talking about. He's crazy. He's crazy. I want to show you something that's going on. And I got the other video, but I want you to hear I really want you to hear the audio. So listen to the audio, right? Because the video is not much to look at, but I want you to listen to the audio. You hear that? I'm gonna let it play again. He's saying why. Hear that? Put the video up in a second. Alright, now I'll put the video up. Let me tell you what this is. This is an Instagram clip. Shout out to Venezuela. I think Venezuela sent this to me. Venezuela Reyes. Venezuela from Venezuela, who they kidnapped his president. Yeah, that Venezuela. When he had called me from Venezuela that time and he had wild coke on his nose, he was in some tent with a pregnant girl. That same Venezuela sent me this. This is breaking news. Israel-U.S. strike hits girl school in southern Iran, killing over 40 students, state media reports. I don't know what to believe about the number because I had to look at different. When it comes to propaganda, and we all can be a victim of it at this time because none of us, where we get our news from, it's just hard to get accurate news. Right? You're like, yo, who do I go with when it comes to the news? Do I trust a smaller channel? Do I go with the bigger channels? And I used to go with the bigger channels like Reuters Thomas. Reuters Thomas used to be one of my go-tos. No. They're not. Then once I see that you're not credible, I don't care what you're reporting on, and if you tell the truth, then that's on you, because I no longer believe you. I no longer believe anything you say. So, let's look up the story real time right now. Girls' school bombed in Iran. Because I don't think it was 40. Some said 4. You understand? Here we go. Some said 4. All you guys want is the truth. I typed that in, and I got several different. I got USA Today. I don't know why I think US Today. I compare US Today to People magazine, like the National Enquirer. I don't know. That's how low I think of USA Today, and that could be, that could be without merit. I'm gonna announce that. I'll admit to that. That could be without any merit at all. All I know is I've been lied to by so many different publications. It's at this point you don't know who to trust, and you're just like, yo, everybody stand back. Give me 4 feet. Let me figure this out. Let me figure this out. I'll figure this out. So over here we like to do critical thinking. So using my critical thinking skills, I say, all right, how many other news channels reported this? We have the Express Tribune. They say the death toll rises to 85 in Israeli strike on girls' school in southern Iran. That's more than 40. We have Yahoo. Video of girls' school. Iranian media claims hit by U.S.-Israel strike killing 50 plus. That was 3 hours ago. That's more than 40. Israel's U.S. Today strike. U.S. Today says Israeli strike on girls' school in Iran kills at least 40. So at this point, Should we do one more? International Business Times of the UK. Girls' school hit and dozens killed as U.S.-Israeli strike. So at this point, I think it's safe for us to say, before we go down propaganda road, that a girls' school was hit. Hit the like button. Let's stop. Because this is what happens. When YouTube feels like I'm going to talk in the favor of, or I'm going to talk nonsense, they open up the threshold. If they see I'm making too much sense, they'll close the threshold. Hit the like button. Don't let them close the threshold. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Do not let them, not today. Not today. You see? When they thought I was going to go off on Patrick Bet-David, which I am going to go off on Patrick Bet-David because he is a sucker, they opened it up. Soon as I showed and started showing critical thinking, so it's not propaganda. I went to 4 publications. 2 of them are American. One was UK and another one was foreign somewhere else. They all said that a girls' school was hit. All 4 of those publications said that more than 40 people have been So let's go back to Patrick Bet-David to see what he's talking about. You understand? I want to go back to whatever you was talking about. What was you talking about again, Patrick Bet-David?
We want to be free. What is wild about this whole thing is, Rob, I sent you a picture from 70s of Iranian women supporting Khamenei coming in. And this picture, Rob, I think you have it. You have it somewhere. You'll find it right there to the left. If you go right there to the left, that one right there. When you see these pictures, I understand these pictures, and I'll tell you why I understand these pictures. This is leftist Iranian women celebrating Khomeini's arrival in 1979 and how he was supposed to be a peaceful Gandhi, modern day. Everything was going to be great. And then he later killed 30,000 leftists. He executed them. By the way, I say this, and the reason why this is very close to me is because my mother was one of them that was outside protesting. My mom and my dad were married. My dad was against Khomeini coming back. My mother was supportive because there was a party in Iran called the Today Party. And they said,
what this story got to do with people bombing your... Yo, Patrick Bet-David. The hell are you talking about, bro? Nobody want to hear your rhetoric right now, bro. What this got to do with vampires? Yo, which mic is on? Which camera's on me? This one? This camera here? This one? This mic is hot. Yo, Patrick, shut up. What that got to do with vampires wanting to wipe out Persia, bro? It's Persia, bro. It's still and it's not even my homeland, but it's Persia, bro. It's Persia. Y'all are in the record. Y'all like really in the history books, though, bro. Y'all really in the history books. Yeah. Didn't y'all free the real Hebrews? Not these Khazarian vampires. Didn't y'all free the real Hebrews from Babylon? And what did you say to them when you freed them? You said you could go back to Israel, right? You could go back to Jerusalem. You could go back to Jerusalem. There shouldn't be no strife. There shouldn't be no strife. If anything, if they was the real, if they was the real Hebrews, then they would have put that together and be like, nah, we owe you, man. Because this whole thing could have turned out different. Persia, they just got over there and occupied that land in 1948. Whoever these Ashkenazi vampires are, which mic is on me today? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Whoever these Ashkenazi vampires are. Why are you taking up for their actions of what they're doing right now? I'm trying to choose my language correctly because I know the software is listening to the words I'm using. But I just want to know why you're taking up for them right now. They tell me on more than 3 sources, because that's how many you need right now to get the truth out of anybody, that a girls' school was bombed. What did those girls, are they not human? What did they do? Right? I can see if you right now, even if you American to the gills, I'm talking about you bleed red, white, and blue, and you running around with the trucker's hat that say America first. You got Charlie Kirk tatted on your arm. Right? You got a custom made snuff box that's red, white, and blue. All that silly shit. Right? You running around with the truck. I'm talking to you too, right? What did that have to do with anything in America? How does that benefit you? Right? Because I know you just don't want to. You don't want to turn your back on anything America does, even if it's not in your best interest, even if it is taken away from your food and your family and your growth. You just America first. And I'm with you with America first, but it hasn't been America first. So I'm complexed at you. So I'm looking at you, cockeyed. But right now, I'm talking to Patrick Bet David. Because my thing was, all right, let me check in with the Iranians that are here and see what the vibe is. So I checked in with you and I checked in with the Young Turks. Young Turks was going off. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, you got to go in and people will get riled up. They'll be super mad, rightfully so, that we lost all those guys. And they'll say, well, Iran hit you. We told you they were dirty Muslim terrorists. We told you have to keep fighting Israel's enemies. At that point, Israel will try to sneak out back and go, okay, we're good. Don't hit us. Yeah, America, go ahead. You deal with it. You deal with our...
He looks like he's been crying. This is Cenk Uygur. Cenk Kadir Uygur is a Turkish-American left-wing political activist, media host, and attorney. He is the co-creator of the Young Turks. I can tell you this, he went off. Hold on, let me try to find it. Here we go. He started off calm. I was watching it, and then he just flipped. Hold on.
Attacked Iran. The war has begun. It's Friday night here in Los Angeles. early morning in New York, and
Jink, thank you. He says
around 2 in the morning.
pronounced Jink, thank you.
And in Iran, obviously, it's later in the day. People were expecting the strikes around now, but a little bit earlier, because you would have expected that it would have come more during nighttime. So it's a little bit later than people expected, but people did expect that it might be today. The bombs have landed near where Ayatollah Ali Khamenei normally lives, that neighborhood that he lives in. Clouds of smoke there. And
I don't think the Ayatollah is dead, by the way. I think he's alive. Iran has reported that he's alive. Israel has reported that they got him. Let's keep listening.
It appears to be a joint operation. Israel's minister, Israel Katz, he is their defense minister, has declared a state of emergency in Israel.
Chris said this could get nasty. I don't know. Hold up. First of all, it's my glasses. I can't even. It's not you. So hold on. I don't want to be because somebody went off of me the other day for pronouncing their name wrong, and I just couldn't see. So, I think that says Sher. Sorry, Sher. I said Chris. Sorry, Sher. I don't want nobody to curse me out today, please. I didn't come here to fight with you guys. I came here to make good sense about what's going on. Right? Now, I see some people chanting USA in the chat. I get that you're putting USA. What I don't understand, either you're a bot or you're retarded, because Trump did not. He's not putting USA first. And this is coming from somebody who voted for Trump. So either you're a bot or you're retarded at this point. He's not putting USA first. Either you're a bot or you're an imbecile. He's not so why would you? I definitely get why you're saying USA. Like USA, yes, we are the ones who keep this country going, right? You, the lunch lady, the principal, the ambulance guy, the water delivery, the grocery truck drivers, the gasoline truck drivers, the good police officers, not the fucking douchebags, but the ones who actually want to stand for something and won't break the fucking rules, like a douchebag. Those guys, not all of them are douchebags. The hospital people, the people who have professions and they actually enjoy what they do and want to make a difference. Farmers, highway construction people, the highway workers, the Department of Transportation. Huh? We keep this going. Shout out to the gig workers. Huh? You couldn't find no work? You got your car, and you get out there and you do like fucking three different gigs a week. 3 different companies, I mean, right? You may do Spark with Walmart. You may do Amazon deliveries with your car. You out here getting it done however you need to get it done. At the end of the day, you want to come home at night, eat dinner with your family if possible. When I see you make comments like USA Trump for 2020, just stupid shit that doesn't make fucking sense. That doesn't make sense. You're just race baiting. Matter of fact, anybody that puts that, anybody with a wrench, put their fucking lights out today. Put their lights out. Get them off this fucking channel. They can put USA, but don't put no goddamn USA Trump, because you got to do something to earn that type of accolades. Do something for the people. You told all of us you was going to make America great again, and ever since you got in, it's been Israel first. We all know it. Let's stop playing with ourselves. Some people, they want to be more patriotic, so they say, nah, let's be more diplomatic. There's no way to be diplomatic about this. He has not been fucking America first. It's been about Israel.
Well, I guess when you start a war, you should be in a state of emergency. 3 massive explosions heard in central Tehran, the capital of Iran. They come on a Saturday morning, which is actually the first day of the week in Iran, and millions of people are at work.
Now, I definitely love the Second Amendment, right? I definitely love that. This is why I don't get upset when you use the N-word. You allowed to call me that, and I'm allowed to call you whatever that fuck is going to come out my mouth. That's what makes America. I don't get upset about that. But today I'm not in the mood for rhetoric, and I'm not in the mood for silly shit. Right? I don't mind you saying, yo, I believe in the guy, and this is why. I have some talking points. I'm going to hear you out. Let's have a conversation. I don't want you to come over here saying silly shit. Trump for 2028. What the fuck did he do in 2024, 25 to show us that he is even a good candidate for 2028? I think these people are just trolls. And that's why I say, get them the fuck up out of here. Get them out of here. They're just trolls. If you have some good bullet points, though, yeah, then we get into a conversation. I wouldn't even call it a debate because my eyes would be open. It's only a debate if I'm starch against not even listening to what you're saying. That's the only time it's a debate. I'm starch against you, and that's not the case here. I want to hear some good things. I want to see what you say, but not just bullshit propaganda rhetoric. I'm not in the mood today. Not today. They're bombing girls, innocent girls in another country. Why? Because they're in another country. I'm supposed to be happy? Because the Iranians. What the fuck did the Iranians do to me? Let me ask you that. That I should be happy and celebrate because a school full of girls got bombed. I should be happy about that? What did they do? You said they had weapons of mass destruction. They flipped out and was like, we don't have weapons. You can have whatever you said. America said, nah, I don't really give a fuck about that shit. I don't. Right? They said, no, take whatever you need, please. We don't want any war. We don't want any what? Nah, it's kind of too late now. We're way past that. We're way past that. We're not way past that. They wasn't aggressive. They were not aggressive. Just tell the truth. You just want their fucking land. Why can't you say that? So that makes us the bullies. That makes us the bullies. I've never liked fucking bullies. That's number one.
And the kids are in school. There is reports of panic and chaos in Tehran. Obviously, their capital has been bombed here. Smoke rising from the district where the presidential palace and the National Security Council are located. There are air raid sirens across Israel, warning residents of potential impending attacks. Israeli government has suspended civilian flights. Those are your updates as things stand now. Obviously, most important thing is what's going to happen next. America and Israel have very, very clearly started this war. It was a war of choice. Actually, a couple of hours earlier, we found out that the Iranians had given in on the enrichment stockpile that they had, the enriched uranium. They were willing to transfer all of it out of the country. So
look, they said it was willing to give it all up. Transfer it all over. Hey, you can have it. America said, nah. You know why? It was never about that. That's why. It was never about that. So it doesn't matter how much, and this is what I'm telling each and every one of you, because each and every last one of us will be in this position at some point in life. At some point in life, It's not about what you thought it was, and you got two choices. You fight and win, or you fight and die, and that's it. At some point in life, there's no more. Alright, if I could just try to buy some more time by not agitating it, or listen, I've tried that with certain aggressive people. This is what I learned in life. I used to be that guy. Or I'm just stay out of his way or try to be nice to him. He's not, because he's literally trying to find a way. I'm telling you. I had big fucking bullies that used to fuck with me all the time. And I said, nah, he just if I do this, they won't see me or they'll leave me alone. They didn't fucking leave me alone. You know when they left me alone? When I turned up on these niggas. Then they fucking left me alone because they said, oh, this nigga's crazy. I'm not crazy. What are you talking about? Why am I crazy now? I'm crazy now? Nah, bro. Now I'm crazy? I just didn't give a fuck anymore. Now, what I don't like is delusional Americans, right? So you sitting there and you looking at these people and you saying, yo, that's dumb. No, that's you too, motherfucker. They taking away your rights slowly. They giving you new systems like, yo, 50-year mortgages, and you just taking it on the chin thinking it's a joke. The shit is not about to be a joke. Your dollar is being devalued. The international money exchange for doing trade has shifted from the SWIFT system to a whole nother fucking system where the dollar is not dominant. So while you dicking off thinking, yo, we good, we America, these chants sound good, they're not gonna be worth shit when we don't have the money to really pay. You don't gotta worry about defund the police when the United States federal government can no longer give out the same amount of money to each state, and they create a new system now, a whole new system called universal basic income. You niggas is crazy. You don't see what's going on. Fucking automation is taking over. You so worried about the word AI. It is automation, robotics, and AI that is taking the jobs. So how can millions, and they lying to you. You being rocked to sleep and you okay with that. That's not propaganda that I'm telling you they lying to you. They are lying to you. They came out and admitted, yo, we miscalculated 1 million jobs. They didn't miscalculate 10,000 jobs. They miscalculated fucking 911,000 jobs to be exact, on reporting to you on how many jobs were actually in the market. 1 million jobs. And you take that shit on the chin. Now you sitting there looking at everybody else saying, damn, that's crazy. I'm glad I'm in America. Bitch, they're going to come for you too. You're going to have the same choices that these people got, just under different circumstances. I assure you this. Just under different circumstances. So they got bombed, but they definitely tried to just give you poison. That's wallahi. They just tried to give you poison. Or was you not there for the whole 2019 up until fucking 24? Was you not there for the past 5 years? Are you not here now when the news is breaking that there were actual vaccine injuries? Were you not there when Jim Jordan and DeSantis had to? They went through all the files and presented them to you to show you in your goddamn stupid face that these people lied to you and they tried to attack you. They didn't care if you was white, Iranian, middle class, a millionaire, gay in a wheelchair, gay black in a wheelchair, huh? They didn't care. They didn't care who you was. They attacked all of us. Was you not there when some form of direct energy burnt very specific outline of fucking LA? They showed the outline of the fires in LA and they were very specific. But you're gonna act like that didn't happen though, right? You're gonna act like that didn't happen. They play right in your fucking face. Both sides. Don't give me that, yo, I'm a Democrat, you're the Dems this, the Republicans got. Yo, both of these motherfuckers, both sides are playing in our face right now. I'm surprised some black boy didn't get shot by a white cop by now. You understand? They just got tired of running that same fucking play on us. But they know it works, so they just let it breathe for a second. Then they say, all right, bring him back. Who's it gonna be? Tyrone Jr. Pop him. Bah! Let's go. Turn up, niggas. Turn up. Then they get us going about that shit. They let that go for a few weeks. Then, surprise, surprise. Now we gonna indict the white man who shot him. So we got both sides upset now. White man scratching his head. Fucking tarnations is going on in America, man. This has got to stop. White man is upset. This ain't white America no more. That should tell you something, motherfucker. That should tell you, let's put away that prejudice shit, because they played you anyway. Right? To be so smart. You're supposed to be smart. And you don't like somebody because of their skin color. What kind of jackass shit is you on? Matter of fact, I don't want you on my side either. I need the smart white people. Need your fucking stupid ass. I need you as much as I need a bulletproof shield. You could be a bulletproof shield. You don't like somebody because of their skin color. Fucking dunce. And you actually believe that shit. That you was better. Now America's showing you we didn't care about you either. Jethro. Your name is Jethro. We don't care about you. Really? You thought we loved you? You? You thought I loved you? Jethro, you are about as smart as a fucking sack of rocks. And you thought you was better than anybody else because you're a goddamn skin color. Well, I guess they showed you, huh? I guess they showed you. They didn't give a shit about you either. Fucking black people mad at me because I'm asking what the fuck was Don Lemon out there for. I didn't stutter, stupid. Why was Don Lemon sticking up for migrants? What the fuck are we doing? Nah, he's a journalist and he has the right to be out there. He has the right to journalism. He does not have the right to bust in somebody's church like you part of the fucking Avengers and break up their service. Nah, because the pastor was a ICE agent. I don't give a fuck if the pastor was Diablo. Nigga, I don't care if he was Satan himself. You wait till Satan is done with his goddamn service and comes out of the temple, and then you act Satan. So why have you been, right? Because we have rules in this motherfucking country, and when you break them and then expect not for the law to fall down on you, you bust in this man's church talking crazy shit. Then you get arrested and you think it's because you black. No, it's because you're stupid. It's because you're stupid, dumb. Oh, is this because I'm gay? What? The fuck are you talking about? Yes, it's because you're gay and stupid. Mainly because you're stupid because you're gay too. Get out of here. Get them out of here. Pack them up. Stupid. Is this because I'm gay? At what point in this conversation did I ask, do you get aroused by men? At what point in this conversation was you hoping that's where the conversation was going, nigga? No, I have no time for your shenanigans or tomfoolery, Don Lemon. You take that shit to somewhere else. Don't be trying to hit on me, stupido. Is this because I'm gay? He throwing out feelers and shit like this, huh? That's what he doing. He throwing out feelers to see where I want to go with the conversation. Nigga, I smack fire out your cheeks. Pause. That's crazy. Smack fire out your cheeks is crazy after that rant. Huh? Easy.
Negotiations in a sense worked, but we've seen this movie a couple times before. So they said weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, and now they said, oh yeah, uranium enrichment or something. Yeah, we destroyed their nuclear facilities, but still weapons of mass destruction, nukes. Okay, we have to destroy them 10 times over. Well, they said, okay, in this case, come and have our entire stockpile. Nope, not good enough, because it was never about that. Same exact thing happened in Iraq. Saddam relented at the end and said, send in...
Yo, Patrick Bet David, this is the type of conversation I honestly thought you was going to have when I came on your show. You went another way with it, bro. You said the people was dancing in the streets of Iran because they're so happy that they're... Who? Hold on, bro. Where? Hold on. Let's go with Yahoo. I think we're going to go with Yahoo. Yahoo. All right, this is Yahoo right now. And I guess they have a video. It says, watch video of girls' school Iranian media claims hit by the Israel strike. 57 students have died in a strike on a girls' elementary school. Iran semi-official news agency reported the death toll in a strike on girls' elementary. Oh, God. This is bad, man. This is bad. According to regional governor, at least 63 students were killed, 92 injured. Right? And I don't know where the video is at, but we got the audio and we got a very small clip. A very small clip. So you can hear the agony. You can actually hear the agony. And I don't know why Patrick Bet David is talking about anyone is dancing in the streets. Hold on. Let me find his rhetoric channel. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go. This is Patrick Bet David saying that people are dancing in the streets.
That are in there in Iran, it's a different story. They hate this regime. 80+% of Iranians hate this regime. They want it to be gone. They want to be free. They want to enjoy themselves just like you that's watching this. Think about the basic freedoms you have right now that's watching this show. You have an opinion. You want to say certain things. You want to be free. You want to go out. You want to enjoy yourself. You don't have those luxuries in Iran. Watch this clip of people in Iran celebrating dancing. And by the way, these videos are coming from all over the place in Iran. Go ahead, Rob.
He said these videos are coming from all over the place in Iran. It's one fucking lone video, Patrick Bet David. You are disgusting, bro. I mean, all of the contributions, no country is 100% innocent, right? Every country I could possibly name had something to do with some form of taking over another, country or people, right? I can't say any country is safe, innocent, but there's so much value in the history of Persia that I'm just feeling you should be proud. You get over here and you go to American school and all of a sudden you lose your Iranianness, bro. Not even enough to say, yo, my prayers are with the innocent. Something to show the Iranian people you're still with them. You mother...
They're dancing, they're celebrating.
This is bullshit, Patrick, man. This is probably has something to do with the women's protest. I doubt a school bombs were hit and people are out here. I just doubt it. I doubt it, man. I don't believe you one bit. Is this what America's done? Is everyone a whore for Israel? Is everyone a whore for Israel? Even our own senators have dual citizenship. Hold on. This is disgusting, bro. Let me do a search. How many senators and congressmen and women have dual citizenship with Israel? Let's see what happens. Let's see what we get. 3 days ago, somebody looked this up. Oh, God. I can't trust these people because they're making it seem like none of them do. And I know that's a lie. As soon as it starts off, there's no reliable evidence. What? Let's start off with fucking Chuck Schumer. Right? As soon as you start off with it, there's no reliable evidence. Start with Chuck Schumer. What would I expect from a fucking Israeli database? Can't get an answer out of these motherfuckers. If it's not the Mandela effect, it's them rewriting history as we're in real time, making you feel crazy, making you feel like that never happened. None of the congressmen ever had dual citizenship. Well, so you don't have dual citizenship and you don't have an AIPAC handler. And yet, nothing you seem to do seems to be America first. Hold on one second. Don't nobody go nowhere. because what's her name said something the other day. Here we go.
What? Israel. The feds in Israel.
What number? That's right.
I seen this on Jimmy Dore, and I didn't have time to look it up just now, right? But I want to show you guys something, right? Because I just tried to look up how many of our politicians have dual citizenship with Israel, and in the database, the query, the database came back from that query and made it seem like you're bugging. That's false. That's propaganda. Guess what though? You understand? Guess what? You probably found the Beretta on my waist, but you wasn't checked. You didn't do a full check, because if you did, you would have always keep a revolver either in the small of your back or in your shoe. You understand? Or at least a deuce. Keep a little deuce in your shoe. Right? So they checking you and shit. Yeah, he don't got nothing on him. I do got something on me. What a lot of people don't know is sometimes the deuce is more dangerous than the 9mm. Because depending on the proximity, the 9mm will go straight through you. You understand? The problem with the deuce is that bitch get in your body and start rattling around, and start fucking up all type of shit in your body. Done hit 5 different things before it just stopped in your body. That's the problem with the deuce. Here we got Dom Bongino on a podcast, and someone asking him what's the closest thing to his heart, near and dear. And do you know he said Israel? Let's get you the fuck up out of here. You're done. Get you right up out of here. Got no time for your silly shit. Nobody's silly shit today.
What causes dear to your heart?
Causes dear to Israel.
She said, what causes are near and dear to your heart? He said Israel.
The defense of Israel.
The defense of Israel. You can't make this shit up. Hold up. Let me see if I can find the original video on X. Everybody just give me a second. I'm going to try to find the original video. Dan Bongino, what I typed in Dan Bongino, what causes a near and dear to your heart? Nothing came up. I'm talking about nothing at all. Look, I'm talking about nothing came up at all. We not done. We're not done. Video of Dan Bongino saying Israel is near and dear to his heart. See what comes up here. Oh, found it. See how good the quality is.
What cause is dear?
Oh, damn, that's the quality. That's what we needed the whole time. Now, Dan, I can't believe I used to be a supporter of yours and a fan of yours. I really thought you was the real deal. Exactly. He said, is it Israel against Iran? It's definitely Israel that's against Iran. We'll get to that. It's definitely Israel. Don't. Crazy Jam. Don't be naive to the Ashkenazis. That, look, they got kicked out of 105 countries. Fuck around if you want. Fuck around what you want. Huh? Fuck around if you want. England was the first country to say, get the fuck out of my country. They didn't get kicked out of over 105 countries for no reason at all. Stop playing with these entities as if they're something to play with. Do not believe a word they say. Right? If they say, yo, we need land. We want a land of our own. First of all, y'all not even related to these people from the tribe of Judah. Y'all not related. Y'all own scientists have said this. Y'all not related by DNA or any other A or any other nothing. Y'all not related. At all. Right? They begged the world, please, please. We just want a land of our own. We'll be good. No. You're not going to fuck around when you get over there? No. Scout's honor. Scout, I would never. Listen, you're talking to one of the chosen ones. You're not one of the fucking chosen ones. Right? You are a Khazarian who didn't have any religion at all. A savage. A fucking savage. Do the knowledge. You was a savage. Before King Bulan had to make a decision, right? Because shit is getting tight on my left, shit is getting tight on my right. Now I got to make a decision, right? So I will not become Christian and I will not become a Muslim. In fact, I will be a Jew. How you like those apples? Then I will take my Jew boy antics all into Europe. And that's what happened. Do not ask if it's Israel that really wants Iran. Yes. They want the territory. They want the land. It has nothing to do with missile ballistics. It has nothing to do with nuclear and this and that. Now, not only is Pete Hegseth, our own fucking defense secretary, on there, Johnson, but this guy here who just, I thought he quit for honorable reasons. I thought he resigned for honorable reasons. Maybe he was just scared for his own blowback because he figured after this is all over, I might not have a podcast to go back to. I can't sell books. Shit like that. I think she asked him a pretty straightforward question. It shouldn't have been, it should have never been, what's the word? Controversial. What's near and dear to your heart should never come, like, I wouldn't have thought it would have been controversial. If I was his PR rep, it wouldn't have been controversial at all. Right? Just say America, because that is what your fucking show. That's the only reason I know you, Dan Bongino. I don't know you because You was the deputy director of the FBI. I know you because I used to listen to your goddamn podcast every day. Every week. You put this whole America first, and then you get up there, and the first time they ask you a sensible question. A sensible question.
What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel, the defense of Israel.
What is
What? Venezuela Reyes is in the building. Free Iran. First of all, before we free Iran, is your president free, Venezuela? Can you, Vinny, let's slow the conversation down. All right? Have you done anything to get your president and his wife free? Or are they still locked up on downtown Manhattan, bro? What's going on? Are they blooded in by now? Is your president a big hat? Is he down with the Bloods? We need to know what is going on with your president, because he was kidnapped. We got Venezuela's Reyes in the building. He's over here chanting "Free Iran." Fuck are you talking about? They've kidnapped your president, bro. What? And his wife. What are you talking about? One country at a time, Venezuela. One country at a time. Give us an update. I don't know if you at work. You know what I'm saying? Vinny got that good job at the hospital, y'all. So he can only he can only chime in when he can chime in. You understand? We're not trying to get him fired, but if you could give us an update on what's going on with that. He said a PDF kidnapped a drug. He said a PDF kidnapped a drug kingpin. Nasty work. Yeah. Nasty work. That shows you where we at right now. Huh? These is our choices. When the governments, they run out of ways to make money, so they start pushing Fetty. China pushing Fetty and weed. Yo, when all the weed start coming from China, there is a problem, my boy. When China is the plug for Ari and Girl Scout cookies, nigga, this is way bigger than we thought. Huh? Whole time we had people like Bill Cooper, the great late Bill Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse, putting us on the game, telling us, nah, it's your presidents. You understand? Shout out to Gary Webb. Shout out to Gary Webb, the great late Gary Webb, detective. He wasn't a detective, he was a journalist, an investigative journalist who cracked the case of all of this crack that ran through the United States in the 80s. Yeah. His name was Gary Webb. Before he shot himself in the head 2 times. 2 times. His name is Gary Webb. You understand? These were great investigative journalists, great informants. Bill Cooper told us, yo, this is what's going on. It's the politicians that's selling drugs. And we didn't believe him. Right? The same way he told us that aliens are over here. But we thought it was a joke. You thought it was a joke. And now you crying that people doing rituals and your kids is missing. Hold on. Hold on, Linda. Hold on, Linda. Because they also saying that.
Absolutely. In fact, a good portion of it is all human meat. All human. It's all human. The amount of people killed, sacrificed, ground up, and fed back to you is more than the cattle that's on.
Hit the like button. Hit the like
the
button,
earth.
Puto.
Let's put it that way.
Hit the like button, Puto. You don't want this truth today. You don't want this truth today. You don't want this truth today. Hit the like button if you stand. If matter of fact, I won't even say that. If you think a school full of girls, a school full of kids that's bombed for no reason at all is wrong, hit the like button. Can we agree on that? Can we just agree on that? Can we agree on that? Are these bombs not targeted? I thought you said you killed the Ayatollah. Who is at the joystick of these bombs? Because that was not... That's where you thought he was at? Maybe... I don't know. Suppose he was there because he just felt like, yo, you're not going to bomb a school full of girls. And then you're like, aha. I actually am. But the big question is, why are you doing this? Because I don't expect me to fall for the whole boogeyman shit that you sold me with Afghanistan. Because you definitely told me they was the worst people. Right? You was there. You was there 20 years in Afghanistan. You was telling me, yo, if you see something, say something. All this silly shit about these different Muslim groups that was allegedly my biggest threat. Allegedly my biggest threat. You said all that shit. Turns out, decades later, when all gets exposed, you was over there selling heroin with these niggas. You was sending them $40 million a week. What are you talking about? You was saying, yeah, all that came out. All that came out. All of that was exposed. You said he was the boogeyman. You was selling heroin with him, America. You. No. It all. No. Stop. It all came out where the farmers in Afghanistan actually said you paid them to stop cultivating rice and the crops that they were cultivating, and you paid them to start selling poppy seed, to start growing poppy seed. So you're back in the drug. You learned nothing from the last Iran-Contra scandal. I don't get people. You waiting for Jesus to return, and people are snatching your kids and drinking their blood and eating their fucking flesh and grinding that shit into meat and selling it in a combo meal, huh?
Okay? We would steer clear of any type of ground meat unless you literally are getting it from a farm where they process their food right there and then. In which case, really it's usually a farm. They've got a little store there. They've got, their own package system, their own meat system. Short of that, we wouldn't recommend any type of ground.
Yeah. Poppy seeds, poppy payments. What is pop? Do you think? All right. Do you think those poppies were for bagels? Don't be naive on my show. Don't do it. Right? Do you think it was for bagels? Because this is not an episode of Seinfeld. I assure you. This is your real fucking life. I assure you. There's no punchline. This is not what's going to happen at the end of this. At the end of this, for some strange reason, we started off with Afghan as the boogeyman and ended up with sending $40 million to fucking Afghan every week. Not every month, every week. What? Let's get back to Patrick Bet David selling us some BS about the people in Iran are actually happy.
Watching this show, you have an opinion, you want to say certain things, you want to be free, you want to go out, you want to enjoy yourself. You don't have.
Yeah, the Sackler family. Byron. Is that how you say that? Forgive me, my eyes. I don't got my reading glasses, so I can't see each and every last one of your names. But thank you for reminding me about the Sackler family, right? People, so this is what I don't understand. Why people have to be so stupid and hide behind patriotism. Patriotism does not make you smarter. Actually, it makes you a liability when you're blindly patriot. When you're a blind patriot. It just makes you more of a liability, right? We all want to be proud of America. Not all of us, but sensible ones. You want to be proud of where you live at. But when you pull up a list of the treasonous acts against you, somebody just brought up the Sackler family. They had like 7 applications in for this toxic poison. And they kept on getting denied. And they kept on lobbying. So eventually, they paid enough money to where their poisonous Oxycontin pain reliever was passed through. Now, we're supposed to be trusting these departments like the FDA, the FBI. The CIA has always been rogue. But at least the FDA, the Food Drug Administration, that you would actually look, you would do some quality assurance on the food processing. In every which way we've been sacrificed, right? So whether it was drugs or whether it was food, there's things that's in food that does not have to be there, but you allow it to be there, and there is obvious evidence of these things being carcinogens. And yet you allow it to happen. And you know what's crazy? We have the audacity to call another country third world. And those same third world countries have the common sense to say that right there, that's banned in this country because it causes cancer. Well, call them third world if you want, but they had the smarts to know I'm not going to take something cancerous and poisonous. And yet you sit here and you come up to my show and you just want to Trump forever. Bro, I get that you on that stupid shit, but this is not a show against Trump. This is a show about a politician who has vowed to do the right thing, right? Do the right fucking thing. And when you're not doing the right thing, I don't care who you are. At some point it becomes treasonous. So if you say, yo, America first, and then you put Israel first, They just asked Dan Bongino, what's nearest and dearest to your heart? The motherfucker said Israel's. He said Israel. That should show you where this is going.
Those luxuries in Iran. Watch this clip of people in Iran celebrating dancing. And by the way, these videos are coming from all over the place in Iran. Go ahead, Rob. They're dancing, they're celebrating.
No. That cannot be. And you are the worst Iranian deplorable. Hold on 1 second.
Video that resonates with me the most was seeing videos of Iranians dancing in Iran. And I don't know if you've seen this, so think about it. Everybody that says anything, it's opinions. But people that are in there in Iran, it's a different story. They hate this regime. 80+% of Iranians hate this regime. They want it to be gone. They want to be free. They want to enjoy themselves just like you that's watching this. Think about the basic freedoms you have right now that's watching this show. You have an opinion. You want to say certain things. You want to be free. You want to go out. You want to enjoy yourself. You don't have those luxuries in Iran. Watch this clip of people in Iran celebrating dancing. And by the way, these videos are coming.
Do me a favor, hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Do hit the like button. I don't do a lot of political correctness over here. I don't know how to kiss ass well, but I can definitely say what's on my mind, and I like to think logical and reasonably, right?
From all over the place in Iran. Go ahead, Rob. They're dancing, they're celebrating. So you can pause it right there, Rob. That's
One lady in the street who could have been the village idiot for all I know, or guess what? She's probably not. That this is propaganda that Patrick Bet David is putting out, right? So I really thought that you were gonna have. I turned on Cenk, and Cenk, his eyes are red, probably from crying, right? Because he cannot even stand what's going on over there with the innocent people in Iran. A girls' school was bombed. More than 40+ students were killed.
In your weapons inspectors, I don't actually have any weapons of mass destruction. And we said, oh, you gave us what we want? Ah, never mind, we're just kidding. And we attacked anyway. And by the way, Russia did it in Ukraine. Oh, don't join NATO. Ukraine's like, all right, we won't join NATO. Russia's like, just kidding, I'm going to attack anyway. So people who are going to attack, who amass their forces, do it. So Huckabee said earlier in the day that the staffers in the embassy, U.S. embassy in Israel, basically should evacuate, go back home. And so it was pretty clear that the war was coming. Now, in terms of the other lies and propaganda, we're going to be greeted as liberators. The Iranian people want us there. The Iranian people are getting killed, which they were. So there's some truth to that. So you take the truth and you cover it in propaganda, right? Mm-hmm. So the Iranian regime is bad. They're, and I don't mean that in scare quotes like, oh no, just kidding. I mean it in terms of like, of course they're bad. Like Saddam was bad, right? So someone bad, we invade the country, kill hundreds of thousands of people, is not the same thing. One does not equal the other. Yeah, the Ayatollahs, I don't want them. I don't want them to be the head of the Iranians. I would love democracy in Iran. I love the Iranian people, and I want nothing but the best for them. The correct answer is not to start dropping bombs on their heads. Literally what they told us in Iraq. And then it turns out, you know what? It turns out the Iraqis did not enjoy having bombs dropped on their heads. And the Iranians, my guess is tonight, or for them this morning, as they're panicking in the streets, and worried about their kids getting a bomb dropped on their heads, we are not going to be greeted as liberators. The neocons and Israel First and almost everyone in Washington were lying to you as usual. In fact, they barely tried this time. They just did a retread, didn't try to sell it. That's why in one poll, 75% of Americans against it, and 70%, in another poll, 85% of Americans against it. So about 8 out of 10 Americans said, we don't want it. Trump didn't even make a case for it. And they're like, oh, yeah, weapons of mass destruction. We're liberating the Iranian people. What? Oh, yeah, Ayatollah bad. Same exact playbook. And remember what the media said last time? We have learned our lessons. Well, golly gee, mister. From now on, Jake Tapper's going to write the book. None of us could have seen it coming. But after the Iraq mistake, we won't make that again. Same media is like, oh yeah, Iran. Do they have nukes? Uranium enrichment? Oh my God, what's going to happen? Do they have weapons of mass destruction? Same exact goddamn thing. We got to go to war for Israel. Same goddamn thing. I'll get to Israel in a second. So Disco Stew. Is it about missing 50 pages about Trump and the Epstein files? No, this is beyond a distraction, brother. This is the main meal. Okay, so yeah, the Epstein files is gigantic.
Yeah, I don't think this is the distraction from the Epstein. Everything can't be a distraction from the Epstein files. At some point, we have to realize that this country was not there before 1948, right? And they don't teach. I don't think they teach this in schools about the Balfour Declaration, but maybe they should. This country wasn't there. There was some organizations that stuck their neck out for them to get a country, and the deal was you stay within these boundaries. You wanted a land that you can call your own, holy land. That's what they sold it on. And then, when they got over there, they started oppressing the people. Nobody helped. Everybody looked the other way. And the border started stretching. And the border is still stretching. And that's what this is about. About a group of people who were going to use religion to get what they wanted. Even though their actions and their culture and their religion don't align. Your actions, your thoughts, what you're saying, it doesn't align with your religion, or does it? It depends. Are we talking about the Talmud? Because if we're talking about the Talmud, then it does align. You understand? But guess what? Anytime you speak about it, they're gonna call you anti this and anti that, right? But I want to get back into it. Hit the like button. Do subscribe to the channel. Let's get 100 subscriptions today. I would say push me to 7,000 today. Push me to 7,000 today. That's like 300 and something subscriptions. You could do it. You can do it. Let's start with this. If you don't agree, if you agree that schools full of children should not be bombed, hit the subscribe button. Let's start there. Schools full of children should not be bombed, right? So the bombs that just took place just bombed a school full of children. Over 50 children have passed away.
That's another entree. Politically, these are two giant issues. They are somewhat related, but this is not the type of thing you do, like kidding around about invading Greenland for a distraction. No, this is a major, major war. This is Iraq war style war. They say it's going to be a weeks-long campaign at a minimum. But remember, guys, I've been through this movie before. Longest running show in internet history. And before that, we were on Sirius Satellite Radio, so we were literally on the air, me and Ben Mankiewicz, during the lead up to the Iraq war. That's how old we are. And in that lead up, we said, wait, where's evidence from weapons of mass destruction? Now, back then we didn't know that, but it turns out the fake evidence we got was from, you'll never guess it, Yep, Bulgaria. No, of course, Israel. It's Israel every time. And then every time, so like, you can't say it. Don't say it. No, I'm saying it. I'm definitely saying it. Okay, so, and back then, I didn't know that the Iraq War was about Israel. And so, sorry, guys. I mean, we try to inform as much as humanly possible. We try so hard to get at the truth, and we constantly get yelled at for trying to do that. In fact, New York Times today, of all the days, after I got off the air, got sent to me. Turns out they ran this whole article about, now look, the Israel First is getting carried away too much. They're calling everybody anti-Semites, and they're turning off America, and it seems like they're bullying us into a war. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty good. And they quote me and Tucker Carlson. They say, they have the Young Turks is this enormous left-wing show. I'm like, could it be that the New York Times would be fair for the first time in their life? What? How silly of me. How crazy of me. Next paragraph. Like, remember how we told you that you shouldn't call anyone anti-Semites? Kasparian's an anti-Semite. Oh, come on. Come on. You've learned nothing. Nothing at all. And this time, okay, so whether it's that issue or the...
All right. Let's take this comment here from David. I don't have my... So let's think about this comment logically and rationally. David says, we do know that they had chemical weapons, which I consider a weapon of mass distribution. David, are you from the United States? Because this is the type of illogical rhetoric that I'm talking about, right? We want to be Americans so bad that we don't care if the people who run the country are hurting us, right? So you would get up here as if you're a patriot. You're not a patriot if you can't call out or protect your own family, David. David, that doesn't make you a strong patriarch of the family. That actually makes you a weakling. You know why? Because Jim Jordan and Ron DeSantis has already shown us that the guy who got paid the most in the United States, he was the top paid American employee, Dr. Fauci, was in cahoots with a technocrat who used philanthropy as a weapon. Bill Gates was his name. William fucking Gates was his name. He used philanthropy as a weapon. He would just give and give. But that's not the first time people use philanthropy as a weapon. But he gave to the WHO more than 50%. So we have the evidence that fucking Fauci and the WHO were doing gain of function. So as you talk to me about chemicals of mass destruction, Iran didn't release the fucking pandemic, David. Your country did. Your country released the fucking pandemic, and guess what? They didn't even have the nerve to admit that they did it. You know what they did? They concocted a fucking poison, and then they tried to mandate you to take the fucking poison. And you have the audacity to talk about Iran had chemical weapons and what you consider. Who the fuck is listening to you and what you consider if you can't see things that are right in front of your face? Nah, but they did have chemicals. They had chemicals, y'all, so Trump 2028. Get them out of here. I don't got no time for fucking stupidos today. None. Not today. Huh? No time for your jackass shit. Get them out of here. Pack them up. Now, let's get back to Jink. always somebody. Yo, why can't you say America first like everybody else is saying? Because really, it should be America first. Why can't you say America great again? Like, why are you going to try to seem more patriotic by saying some idiot shit like you down with this? But, like, what did they do to you? They didn't do shit to you. If you're not listening, they were willing to give up all the anything that had to do with nukes. They was willing to give it up. They didn't want no beef. You go a step further, yeah, but they had chemicals. Bitch, your country had chemicals. They released them on you. You don't remember when we had fucking tractor trailers full of dead people because of some shit they did. The audacity.
Issue the war, same exact thing. Oh, this is an American interest. Wink. And you're like, what interest? What interest? We already destroyed their nuclear facilities and they're giving us their entire stockpile. Their ballistic missiles can't reach us.
Right.
And you want us to do this to affect their foreign policy on which proxies they work with? Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Oh, are there proxies that are being, like, for example, Kurds who are being used to attack inside Turkey? As an example, is that, by the way, does that happen? It does happen from time to time. Okay. Does that mean that we were like, that's it? We have to invade every part of the foreign policy? And no, brother, they're not our country, man. So, okay, the Turks got attacked by the Kurds and the Israelis got Hamas and Hezbollah, and then they pulverized Hamas and Hezbollah anyway. What is this about? I'll tell you what it's about. It's about regime change. It was about regime change in Iraq. Why? Ariel Sharon said, Prime Minister at the time, that's our number one enemy, Iraq. Netanyahu said at the time, oh, you guys are going to have a great time in Iraq. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, we're not going to fight it. You crazy? That's our top enemy. And at the time, and it's in that ironic Michelle Goldberg New York Times article I just talked about how...
Bora put up the Israeli flag. You don't even know what that symbol means. You can stay. You can stay. You can stay. You put up the Israeli flag. What am I gonna do? Right? We know who you guys are. I think that most Israelis and I think that most of you guys are vampires. What am I gonna do? Right? I know you exist, right? I know you exist. I'm not gonna kick you off the channel, right? Look, you guys don't even want to tell your true fucking history of your like who you really are. You're so diabolical that I'm slightly impressed. Yeah, Israel, you're so diabolical that I'm slightly impressed. Like, God damn, you got away with that? Wait, you told them you were who? The chosen people. You didn't tell them you was fucking Khazarians that came from the Caucasus Mountains? Impressive. They brought that line? Hook and sinker? And they're going to give you land? Where? Nah, they ain't going to give you no land. I bet you they did. I bet you they did. Yeah. Let's try to get 50 more subscribers before I get out of here. Let's try to get 50 more subscribers before I get out of here, which is in a few minutes. If you have not taken the time to hit the subscribe button. Before you hit the subscribe button, let me tell you a little about me. If you couldn't tell, I'm not politically correct. You understand? Don't think you're going to ask me some silly shit like this. Huh? Don't think it's going to go down like this where you would ask me some silly shit like,
What cause is dear to your heart?
What causes a dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel, the fence of Israel.
What is number one on your bucket list?
Number one on my bucket list. Well, I hate to say this, it was.
Shut up. Shut up. She said, what causes are near to your heart? You said fucking Israel? You don't have kids? You're not a father? You don't have a wife you love on? Who the fuck have I been listening to for the past 4 or 5 years? Hold on. Who is this guy? Does Dan Bongino have kids? Yes, Dan Bongino has 2 daughters named Isabel and Amelia. God bless them. Yep, there you are with your fucking kids, and I assume your wife, Paula. Is Winter still here? Somebody go get Winter. There she is right there. I didn't even have to. You see how that works? You see how that works? She must have known. She must have known. She was right there in the chat. Hey, Winter. Was this a trick question, Winter? Winter, if your husband says, hey, babe, magazine want to do a little interview with me. She like, you? For what? He like, it don't matter. They doing a fucking interview with me. She like, all right, babe. I'm with you. You know I'm going to support you. And you standing there, Winter. And then the host asked him, what's nearest and dearest to your heart? And he says, the place that he works at. Is that not? Here's the thing, Winter. He actually thought about it for like 4 seconds, right? Let's watch this again. Is it me though, Winter? It could be me. I'm asking Winter because Winter's a female.
What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel.
I wish this was AI. I wish this was AI. Look, Winter said that don't work for me. I know that's right. You know the fucking awkwardness and the silence I would get on the way to the restaurant after that interview? It would come out in the wash later on after I tried to make up for it. You understand? With God knows what type of tricks I got up my sleeve to make her. But when she felt right again, she'll go off on me and let me know. Oh, why you don't cuddle up with Israel then? Huh? No, because 2 months ago at your little interview, when they asked you what was nearest and dearest to your heart, you said Israel. But look, he doubled downs. It's not. He didn't stop there, right? He didn't. And Darren Bongino, for God's sakes, wear a cap, my good boy. You understand? At any day, any time of the day, I could run around the earth looking at just as ridiculous as you. You understand? Look, I can do it if I wanted to. I just choose not to look like a literal dickhead. I choose not to. Good sir. Go bald or go home or wear a cap, sir. Go bald or go home or wear a cap. What are you doing? Paying for haircuts with... Come on, what are you doing? You didn't even try, right? You came here, the collar on your t-shirt is so loose. Like you was wrestling, right? You know that word, wrestling? My grandmother's from down south. She says, quit all that wrestling around. You was fucking wrestling with your older brother. You wore this god-awful shirt. You didn't have the decency to put on a cap. Wear a trucker's cap, bro. That's American. No one's going to fault you for that, right? He doubles down. He don't just say American. He says in America. He don't just say Israel. He says Israel. Israel's defense. What?
What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel, the defense of Israel.
the defense of Israel. God. Why? Okay, this is bye bar. Yeah. I'm cutting this joint right off if I can't wear a hat. Oh God, they roasted him. I don't understand. I say I don't understand, but in all fairness, as I end my podcast today, I say I don't understand, but I do understand that it's just not America first. That's what I understand. It's just not. No matter how much they yell it has not been America first. Through the actions, through the legislator, through the framework of America, it just hasn't been America first. Through the people who just the whole way this place is run. And I know these are intelligent people. So when you watch intelligent people allow something to erode away, watch. Before I'm leaving, but I want to try to get to 20,000 people, 20,000 views before I leave. And can I get 20 more subscribers? I want to show you something. I want to let you listen to something. Now, this is Robert Welch giving a speech in 1958 at the John Birch Society. Let me turn that off before I get one of those The following presentation was assembled from Mr. Welch's 2 speeches at JBS John Birch Society Council dinner in Louisiana on March. It says in LA, so it's either Louisiana or Los Angeles. March 9th, 1974.
A part of that plan, of course,
He said a part of that plan, of course,
is to induce the gradual surrender of American sovereignty. Peace.
Ooh, he's saying this in 1958. He's cooking. I'm just letting you know that right now. Yeah, Uncle Andy, that's why I had to stop. You ain't gonna catch me. You understand? I got 20,000 views on this joint almost. You're not gonna dead me. They're gonna dead me with the copyright strike. All that hard work for nothing? Not today. Not today. And we need 20 more subscribers.
Surrender of American sovereignty, piece by piece and step by step, to various international organizations, of which the United Nations is the outstanding but far from the only example. Here are the aims for the
He said, here are the aims. He had that transatlantic type of accent, so it was harder for you to make out what he's saying. But he said, here are the aims.
United States. 1. Greatly expanded government spending for every conceivable means of getting rid of ever larger sums of American money as wastefully as possible. 2. Higher and then much higher taxes. 3. An increasingly unbalanced budget despite the higher taxes. 4. Wild inflation of our currency. 5. Government controls of prices, wages, and materials, supposedly to combat inflation. 6. Greatly increased socialistic controls over every operation of our economy and every activity of our daily lives. This is to be accompanied naturally and automatically by a correspondingly huge increase in the size of our bureaucracy and in both the cost and reach of our domestic government. 7. Far more centralization of power in Washington and the practical elimination of our state lines. There is a many-faceted drive at work to have our state lines eventually mean no more within the nation than our county lines do now within the states. 8. The steady advance of federal aid to and control over our educational system, leading to complete federalization of our public education. 9. A constant hammering into the American consciousness of the horror of modern warfare. The beauty.
Yo, you can stop me when he starts lying, though. He said this in 1958. And everything he said thus far has been on point.
And the absolute necessity of peace. Peace always on communist terms, of course.
And they still doing it. That's what they're doing today. They're pushing war in the name of peace, right? So that's why we have people coming over here today saying, no, but I'm saying they had this and they had that and we just want peace. How can you? 1 + 1 has to be what? Three. You got it.
And 10, the consequent willingness of the American people to allow the steps of appeasement by our government, which amount to a piecemeal surrender of the rest of the free world and of the United States itself.
Listen, we didn't make. I mean, there's still time for us to make. We need 150 more views. Should I just stick around? I'll just stick around. 150 more views. Hold on. I'll go back to Jank.
In 2001, Netanyahu's laughing at us behind the scenes saying, oh, America's so easy to move and influence. Another word for that is manipulate. And don't worry, we'll just move the Americans to what we want. And to be fair to him, he was right. They moved us into a war with Iraq. Had nothing to do with us. No weapons of mass destruction. They did not attack us. They were Al-Qaeda's enemy. But did the mainstream media, national media tell you that? Absolutely not. They told you they come from the same general region as Al-Qaeda. What a preposterous lie. Like, what a way to frame it to make it seem like the entire Middle East is guilty. All Arabs are guilty. All Muslims are guilty. And these are the objective reporters at the New York Times and CNN. My ass, you're objective. So they just, pushed everybody in that direction. And what was the final result? And they can't argue with this. When we went to war in Iraq, 69% of Americans thought that Saddam Hussein had personally attacked us on 9/11. If I thought we were attacked on 9/11, I'd want to hit Saddam too. They lied so systematically to the American people. I wonder if they high-fived each other at their cocktail parties after we got 7 out of 10 Americans to think Saddam did it when he didn't have anything to do with it. And then we knock out one of Israel's top enemies. In fact, their top enemy. Why, by the way, at the time, Israel said they were worried about Saddam because he was funding proxies. How dare you try to help the Palestinians? Don't you know that they are to serve under us for 58 years and another 58 years? By the way, the Israelis have voted. The Knesset has voted saying that Palestine will never be a state. So they go, we have a right to exist. Oh, they don't have a right to exist. We're enslaving them. 5.5 million Palestinians. And they're going to permanently not have equal rights. We're going to press down on them and press down on them. And if you dare complain, we're going to call you an anti-Semite. We're going to cancel you. We're going to try to end all conversation and say, everybody, you must do Israel's war for it. So they want regime change because they want a puppet leader. They have puppet leaders all across the Middle East. You don't know that, but the Middle East does. There's a lot of Arab countries where you'll be arrested if you say something against Israel in other Arab countries because they put puppets in everywhere. Now everyone around them is defenseless. And what are they doing? Expanding their territory. And it's not like they're not telling us. It's not a conspiracy theory. They say it out loud. It's on tape where they talk about greater Israel. And Netanyahu himself has talked about greater Israel. We're going to keep taking more and more territory, and the entire time claiming self-defense. And they lied to us. In 48 and 67, I got told my whole life, poor Israel got attacked in 1948. Look, guys, it's not like I bought that hook, line, and sinker, but God, they do such powerful gaslighting. And I'm like, wait. I know that at that time, Jews owned about 6% of the land, and they got 48% of the land given to them by the United Nations. And I'm like, well, how did they get the other 42%? But they never taught us that. So I'll tell you how they got the other 42%. Ethnic cleansing. They started butchering the Palestinians and dragging them through the middle of town. There was 3 terrorist gangs that started Israel. Irgun, Haganah, and the Stern Gang. And their leaders became the prime ministers of Israel. And what did they do? They went from 6 to 48%. Then they went to all of Israel. Then they went to West Bank and Gaza Strip and Golan Heights and Sinai Peninsula. They traded Sinai Peninsula. Smart move. I love that they got the peace. I wish they'd get the peace the entire way. You'll go back to the 1967 borders. You want to have peaceful Israel? Great. Peaceful Palestine? Oh my God, it would be a dream. It would be a dream. Will you free the Palestinians? For God's sake, will you free the Palestinians? The occupation is the cancer that causes all of this. And when anyone goes to help the defenseless Palestinians, the Israelis come in and go, that's it. Now we're going to attack you and you.
What say you, people? What say you? Is he telling the truth? I put up a lot of truth today. put up a lot of truth today. All right. There we go. I made my 20,000 views. That's all I could do today. You know what it is? I'm going to go because the thing is, people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear. So if I just sat up here and, said Trump 2028, USA, the shit that don't even make sense. I'm sorry. I can't let you fondle my balls for no amount of money. Like, we're not going to do it and I act like you're not. No. Whatever you got going on, I don't want it. It got to make sense. It's always going to be USA, but at what point we were supposed to bring back manufacturing? That conversation, for some reason, is just left. So we're not going to manufacture. We're not going to. What's the plan here, guys? Right? You pussyfooting around with the HB1 visa. What is the plan? I think you got it right, Winter. I think you got it right. They want what they have been told to be the truth. Yeah. And we call that cognitive dissonance. And it's okay. Let's give them some time, Winter. Because here's the deal. I wasn't supposed to be doing this show today anyway. I wasn't supposed to be doing this second show anyway. So let's give them some time like we said we would. We'll come back Monday and see how y'all feeling. You understand? But at some point, all America has to realize that the people who's supposed to be working for us don't seem, either two things. Either they not really working in our favor, or they doing it very slow. Right? But I don't think we got time to waste. That's the thing. I don't think we have the type of time that they moving on. Not with what y'all just announced to us that Verizon laid off thousands and UPS laid off thousands and this one laid off thousands and we miscalculated 1 million jobs that was reported, by the way. Those jobs were never created. I don't think we have that type of time. Every time I look up, some type of new hospital or medical service center is popping up. But that doesn't make sense, but it does make sense because we are a service-based. We have a service-based economy, right? Where we suck on our own blood. We vampire ourselves. We don't even have the decency to go vampire on the rest of the world. No, we're going to vampire. We're going to take advantage of ourselves. The CIA wasn't even supposed to be used here on domestic land. And yet, we see all of these psyops against the American people right here in America. How about less nonsense and more tangible evidence that this country is getting better for everybody? For everybody. But what would I expect, right? Look, let me show you how docile these people are. And I'm going to show you on both sides. On one side, you got an administration that just let in 20 million undocumented people, right? And the logical people like me and you, we like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Close the border. You're bugging. Not only is it unsafe, but it is going to be economically a disaster, right? Because these people are going to somebody's city. That city has already done a census. They already sent the numbers in so that when the federal government goes to say, okay, you need some aid, we're going to send this much to your state. Yo, the numbers are going to be off. It's not going to be enough to support. Shut it down. 20 million is way too much. You're bugging. Right? They don't shut it down. Stupid ass chick down there talking word salad, laughing and shit, telling strange stories about her fake ass upbringing in Jamaica. Dumb shit, right? It was so fucking chaotic. We're like, yo, we gotta get you out of here because I don't know if y'all know how to run a country, and plus this motherfucker has Alzheimer's. I'm not trying to hear none of that shit you talk about. He has Alzheimer's. I've seen Alzheimer's before. This motherfucker is either an alien or he has Alzheimer's. Get him out. We gotta pack you up. Get you the fuck out of here. Fine. We packed him up. We put in this regime. He's like, yo, don't worry. I got you. America first. You understand? I would not lie to you. Scouts honor. Word is bond. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. America first. We're going to bring back jobs. We're going to bring back coal. I'm like, coal? He's like, all right, maybe not coal. I'm like, nigga, coal? You bugging. No. Don't get hung up on the coal shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just for my people out there in Pennsylvania. But I got bigger ideas, Mel. I got like big grand ideas. We're going to make this bitch right again. I'm like, all right, bro, you got my vote. Swear to God. Are you going to get the migrants the fuck up out of here? Yo, we going to get them out of here. Right? All right. He gets elected. He's like, yo, I told Mel that we going to get the ICE agents to get the migrants the fuck out of here. I understand? So we going to start. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching you, Trump. Let's go. Right out the gate, they shoot 2 innocent American citizens. What the fuck is you doing, bro? What are you doing? What are you doing? One administration let in too many fucking migrants, and the others, yeah, it's a simple task. Search for people who don't belong here and get them out of here. Why are you agitating citizens and communities? Why are you doing this stupid shit? It's real simple. Are you murdering fucking American citizens now? You're bugging. I don't. You know what I'm saying, Mike? And that guy wasn't saying nothing wrong either. He was speaking facts. And like Winter said, people don't want to hear facts, right? We live in strange times, where people will just prefer to hear what they're used to rather than what they need to hear so they can prepare and know how to move. Some of the strangest things have happened in the United States. First of all, it was only 62 years ago that you needed politicians to agree for black people to have civility. Let's acknowledge that. So that just tells you how primitive we are as a people. That's number one. I should not even be shocked at the stupid shit we do on this planet because we needed a panel and they all didn't agree. Right? We needed a panel of fucking adults to say, yo, should we really be giving civility to everybody? Let's take a vote. And some people did not vote for the other people to have civility. 62 years ago. He said, it's the end time. It's going to get weird. Yeah. It's prophetic. It's definitely weird. It's definitely a weird place for so many reasons. Because you got primitive people doing reckless things. So, again, when you come to this channel, know a couple of things. I do believe we are not all the same entity, right? I'll be fair to you, just in case you want to take back your subscription now. We cannot be the same entity. We cannot be. They mention aliens in the Bible, all through the Bible. Ezekiel describes how he's seen all type of UFOs and all type of stuff. So this is not me just talking that there's extraterrestrials down here, but it is clearly evident that these people do not consider themselves the same entity as you and I, because they are not, in fact. And their behavior is more of a preying on us than it is anything else. Well, how else could you have a country the size of New Jersey calling the shots? The size of fucking New Jersey, at least it was. And now they're expanding their borders, and no one's coming to their own allies. Won't even. Iran, where's your allies? China, you chicken shitting out? I thought about today, like, China, what is stopping you if China would just bomb the shit? I'm talking about one fucking. Don't play no games. Don't play no games with Israel. I'm talking about nuke after nuke, goddammit. Bomb the shit out. America would talk, they would be out of breath, and they would talk, and they would be upset. They wouldn't know what the fuck to do. I'm going to tell you, keep it real with you. If China and Russia would just say, yo, das Vidanya. Das Vidanya. Take these motherfuckers out tonight. They the size of New Jersey. What are you waiting for? Level the fucking ground with these entities. All of them. Yeah, the same way Yahweh allegedly told the children of Israel, yo, go into Canaan and murder everything moving and don't make no Yeah. China, Russia, same fucking contract, bro. Get on the right side of God, because let me tell you, these are not the children of Israel. Not only because their own scientists said they have no genetic connection to them, because I know who they are. In fact, they are the synagogue of Satan, God damn it. That's who they are. Yo. Level the whole fucking ground. And let's start this conversation over. Anyway, thanks for coming by my show today. Yeah. Yahweh, the divine council didn't give him anything. Well, they did give him something. They said you have Jacob's seed. That has to feel disgusting. I don't want that in my hands, right? That's R-rated. Fuck, I'm gonna do with another man's seed. I want land, stupid. You don't got no land, Yahweh. You barely part of this pantheon. You have Jacob's seed, is what you have. Now, make it work the way you gonna make it work. Said, what you saying? Blood don't lie. What I'm saying is they don't have no genetic connection to Judah, to the tribe of Judah. The tribe of Judah created the land of Judea. Yep. This is where we get the word and the term Jew from. For the people from Judea. These people have no, and they just resurrected a dead language. Yiddish is not Hebrew. That's number one. So they just started speaking fucking Hebrew, all because they have to put on this concept, this perception, right? They went over there, they stole 14,000 Ethiopian Jews from Ethiopia just to mistreat them and treat them wrong and call them Falasha. Come on. Yeah. See how they kicked 40 people out? I just wanted to see what they was going to do. They kicked 40 people out the room. I don't give a fuck, Israel. I don't give a shit. You see? He said, yes, they do. DNA. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. You are a liar and you are of the devil. And you can't come over here and tell me because I did too much research. Yeah. I did. Look. They still getting rid of people. Yeah. This is how I end my show. I just tell the truth until I'll get you all the fuck up out of here. We went from 140 to 85. Yeah, let's keep going. I got too much evidence. They do not have no DNA. They are Ashkenazi Jews from Khazaria is where they're from. You thought I wanted to be your friend? I don't need you to be no fucking liar friend. I don't need no more friends, goddammit. I don't need no friends. What I need is people that's not afraid to tell the truth. What I need is people that's not going to be afraid. I need people not to be ignorant, proudly ignorant, and perpetuate more lies. Now, I have the evidence to back up what I'm saying. Do you? You thought I just got the YouTube or something? You think I'm just some black dude sitting up here with a baseball cap that don't know what the fuck he's talking about? Oh, I'm telling the truth. Anybody with right now, before they whitewash everything, I already showed the articles, bro. This ain't my first show. This maybe you over here for the first time, so it don't make no sense for me to go into a whole different show just to teach you anything. You hit the subscribe button, and I'll teach you everything you need to know, and just in case you've been indoctrinated with lies. Yeah, no, you don't. I bet you I do. Oh, we got a group of ignorant people over here. We got Michael and me something. Oh, both of y'all stupid. Both of y'all don't know what y'all talk about. Both of y'all been indoctrinated. I wouldn't stand on this if I couldn't prove it. I wouldn't stand on it if I couldn't prove it. Don't worry about me sloughing out the mouth. Stick on the topic. The topic is those people that are in Israel are not related to the original people of Judah at all. At all. And yet, in their own scientists have come out and done the DNA test. And that's why they had made it illegal in Israel so long to do the DNA tests. But that part is easy to prove. This is why they called Ashkenazi Jews. There wouldn't be a separation if they was all the same, now would it? You got the Ashkenazi Jews and you have the Sephardic Jews. Which one do you think would be closer? We all know the story of the Ashkenazi Jews. So I don't even know why you two idiots are challenging me. It would be so easy if I wanted to defeat you, but I just want to get my numbers all the way down to 0, right? I'm just trying to see how many YouTube. I'm doing a study on you right now. I'm doing a study on YouTube to see how long it's going to take for them to kick everybody out the room. The more and more I talk about Israel, I don't give a fuck what you talking about, because I know you ignorant and you wrong and you proud to be wrong. I don't give a shit what you talking about. Everybody that subscribed to me know at any given time, if I really wanted to shut you down, I could just go to my slides and shut you the fuck down, because I have the evidence. Like I said, I have the evidence from authors. I have the evidence from news articles. I have scientific data. I have it all. They already know that. So they're just sitting here trying to figure out, why am I even fucking entertaining you? But really, I'm conducting a study to see how long and what makes YouTube kick people out the room. It's not even about you. Fuck what you talking about. Of course they not. Synagogue of Satan. We've read your Talmud. Don't try to come over here and push your bullshit ass agenda and ideology on us. We know all about you. Your identity theft is a crime. You have no dealings with the original Hebrews at all. We know. We fucking know. It's not propaganda. It's not conspiracy theory. I just don't feel like proving shit to you. That's it. Maybe another day. Catch me on a good day and I'll whip out my files and shit. I'm not doing that shit. I'm about to go eat and go to sleep. That's what I'm about to go do, sucker. You understand? Now, thank everybody else for coming through. We got 24,000. That's good for today. All right? Holla at your boy. Peace out.